Oh, it's always good to start with some music, guys. Okay, let me see if I can get my face on the screen. And there we are. Yes. Welcome, everyone, for the early. Join us in the stream today. Thank you for joining. It's always good to see people joining for the live streams, even though the regular football season is over, but obviously it's football summer. First of all, I would like to start this stream by paying my respects to Eriksen and his family. It was really heart-wrenching to watch yesterday. It got the whole stadium silent, and rightfully so. So I just want to say I want to send all my love and support to Eriksen and his family, because it was really heartbreaking to watch. Luckily he's recovering, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see if he can come back to his footballing days. So let's start and bring on some guests, shall we? Okay, so let me see if I can get some faces on the screen. Yeah, here we go. Yes, we've got guests on. All right, so Musab is still muted, so let's see if he would unmute. Hello, guys. Say hello to the stream.
Hey, guys.
Musab is still muted, but yeah, let's see if we can start. Musab, your microphone is muted. Oh, there we go. I think he fixed
I muted it.
Yeah.
No mind.
Hey.
Oh my god. Technical failure.
I just saw it. It was not bad, guys.
It's all good, mate. It's all good. We're here. All right, let's start. So I've got some topics to discuss, but let's start with some introductions. Musab has got all the swag on today, so yeah, he's really bringing the drip to the stream. Loving it. So yeah. All right, introduce yourself a little bit and give me a favorite international memory. Oh, Ganesh has subscribed to the channel. Thanks very much for subscribing, my man. So Kai, start, introduce yourself a little bit and give me a favorite memory of international footballer.
So, introducing myself football-wise, I'm someone who likes details, not only in football. I'm quite a fan of stats, but I love especially tactical complexity and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sort of known for being Mr. Worldwide, because I've basically lived in 300 millions of countries. So just I'm from Europe, basically, if you want to remember. And one international memory that will always stick into my heart will always be that Iniesta goal against the Netherlands and Zoe Marcel, but it had to be this one because it's simply eternal for me as a memory as a back then young kid to remember this goal.
Wow. Oh, people are subscribing. Nand, thanks for subscribing. There was another one that subscribed. Arjit, thanks for subscribing. It's always good to get that during the stream. You get the messy sound. There's another subscriber. Can't really pronounce this name, but all right, Musab, go ahead. Introduce yourself a little bit and give us your favorite memory of international football.
My name is Musab. As you guys know me from Twitter, I go by the tag of Bagman Musab. And I like to talk about ball and other sports like basketball and those kind of things. And yeah, my favorite international moments, came from the World Cup. Was my first moment, like watching the Argentina game, especially in which I think the Argentina game against Iran.
Iran. Yeah, I remember that. Messi got like a last-minute goal to take Argentina into the knockouts, wasn't it? I think, if I'm not mistaken. At least you didn't pick a memory against the Netherlands, because last week I did a stream and both of my guests picked a memory against the Netherlands. So yeah, we get some good moments in football, I guess. Few more subscriptions. So I've got XC Wireless and Abhi subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much, guys. All right, let's go into the I don't know. This is the first time I had like 5 subscriptions during a stream. It's quite cool. So the Euros has started. I'm really hyped. I'm wearing my Netherlands jersey. We are playing tonight. So, what do you think of the tournament so far, guys? So, Kai, you want to start things off?
Sure. I would say that so far it has really been what I've liked, bar what happened with Ericsson. But
Yeah.
unless that, the match against Italy, match between Italy and Turkey for me was amazing.
Yeah.
I really loved seeing Italy because it was my expectations. And I also loved, Switzerland because it's not two teams I really have watched a lot during the friendlies. So that was a nice surprise to, always see some players you don't know that much. And then finally, Belgium-Russia was maybe less good, but it was so intriguing. And Finland, even though there was the whole incident, still was quite surprising. So I
Yeah.
can't lie. So far, it's really been to the hype where I expected it to be.
Yeah, true. I didn't expect Finland to be able to beat Denmark, but it might have been something to do with obviously the incident that happened.
Exactly.
So Musa, what are your thoughts of the tournament so far? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it has been good so far. Like as has been saying, like aside from the what happened yesterday,
Yeah.
I enjoy like, but some games where you would think like there will be, there were some like low scoring games, but as I'm expecting, it was looking good.
That's true. I think some of the games were like the first game of the tournament. Teams are trying to feel each other out.
The own goal, it reminded me of the 2014 World Cup with the World Cup opener.
Yeah, it's true. I can't believe it's the first goal of the tournament was an own goal, man. Yeah, but the Italy-Turkey game by far has been the most entertaining game so far.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it has been.
Although it was also fun to see Lukaku getting off on the score sheet. Really love that.
And
guy.
How he says, "I love you, Chris."
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah,
it was a good moment.
Yeah, he did like this in the camera. I love you, Chris. Yeah, that was really cool. All right.
We liked it.
So is that and what did you guys think of the opening ceremony? One was digital, I think, with what's his name, Martin Garrix, and the other one was live on screen with Andrea Bocelli.
I kind of missed the when they were doing the as what you were saying now.
Yeah, the opening ceremony.
When the game started, I just went into it because I was eating lunch. I was eating my lunch around the time. But yeah, I didn't miss the game fully, but just missed the ceremony a little bit.
It was really spectacular. What did you think, Kai? I thought they did a really good job.
I mean, to be fair, when you have Bocelli on the stage, there's nothing that could go wrong.
No.
I think it's really the recipe. And the fact that there was this sort of little Volkswagen car just made it better for the sake of the memes on internet.
Yeah.
So I can't complain about that one.
No,
I definitely think that they created this sort of hype correctly.
The little car.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so funny. There's now memes all over the place.
And also the Turkey ones as well.
The what?
The Turkey, the tweets about Turkey and how Italy were. Those were kind of memes.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if I caught those, but yeah, it was. I thought it was a really good start of the tournament that we are having so far. I'm really shitting it for the Netherlands later because I don't know what to expect with our coach.
Honest, like you said.
Yeah, I want us to win because it gives a good confidence, but yeah, you don't really know what to expect, right? So let's talk about some of the star players then for the tournament. Who do you think will be kind of the players to look out for the tournament, Kai? What are your players that you like to watch out for this tournament?
Well, if we're talking about star players, I definitely think that if Italy continues, Insigne is definitely going to be in the spotlight. I think he's already shown it in the first game that he was crucial, and as long as Spinazzola continues to do what he did on the opener, then Insigne will most definitely be. For other star players, I definitely think that Griezmann will have his spotlight as well.
Yeah.
Because I definitely feel that in the shirt of France, which I'm actually wearing, you literally cannot miss anything with him. Because he'll always somehow find a way to be involved and actually benefit the team. And that's what I love in a team where there's a lot of individualities, etc. I love the fact that there's... But if I were to talk about watch out players, I would definitely say Yazidi for Turkey has been one that I've been looking for. The other I'm definitely looking for is Malinovsky for Ukraine.
Oh wow! Okay.
Because I've loved him the whole season at Atalanta. And if I had to pick a third player, that would be Italy again, and that would be of course Barella, because he's been wonderful all season, and how his world has changed from the halftime. That was wonderful for me. Simply how he presses, everything for me. He does have to be in the spotlight as well.
Cool. I love some of the stars that I haven't heard yet about. I need to watch out for them, especially the Ukraine guy. I will check him out tonight. So what is your players you're gonna start watching? And Musab, which country are you supporting? Someone is asking in the chat.
In the Euro at the moment, I mean, I've been supporting England for the Euros actually, but yeah.
England, yeah. Okay, so which some of the players that you're going to be looking out for in the Euros, my man?
I'll be looking for the likes of Mbappe, Griezmann, also Foden, how he does with and also some of the least players. No.
The Italy players, yeah. I was surprised that they didn't play Chiesa in the first game because he had such a good season for Juventus.
He should have played. He should have started.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
It's a good addition to their team.
To be fair, I think the decision did make sense because as much as Chiesa is a wide winger, I think that Berardi, with the adjustment of the second half, he did exceptionally well. And I feel that Chiesa will have his role, but I do think that it was wise against Turkish tactics to actually put Berardi instead of Chiesa.
Okay. But Chiesa will get his spotlight moment. I'm pretty sure of that. You guys didn't mention any Dutch players. I'm disappointed in you guys.
I was gonna say Van de Beek, but he got injured, so yeah. I can't say about that.
I'd like to see how De Jong does too, you know.
De Jong, yeah, man. He's gonna be one of our key players. And Memphis Depay.
Definitely your best player.
Memphis, yeah.
Depay.
He's got more drip than you, my man, and that's a big achievement, Musa.
Yelling again.
I'm joking. Oh,
sorry about that. It's annoying, but yeah.
No, it's all good, mate. So let's talk about some of the favorites in the tournament. So, who do you tip to be the winner at the end of the tournament, and which? Let's also do the dark horses in the same time. So, who are your favorites to win it, and which one are some of the dark horses or like ones to watch? Because I know dark horse is kind of different than a ones to watch team. So, Kai, you want to take this one first?
Sure. Yeah. If I would have to say favorites, by definition of on paper, that would be France.
Yeah.
There's no question. But for some reason, there's an inner feeling that they won't win. I'm not sure why, but I have this feeling. So if I had to put 3 contenders, it would definitely be Spain, Portugal, and Italy. Italy has shown it. Spain, I think it's more or less clear why I would choose them. They have an excellent squad. Maybe not the richest one, but definitely one that can actually go quite far in my sense.
Right.
In Portugal, if they sort out their attack, they definitely can. And if we're talking underdogs, my Turkey would be Turkey, and it doesn't matter if they lost against Italy. I still think they can go very far, because if they do get their setup right, they can hit you in 3-4 just in a counter attack and you're done.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
second one would be
Turkey whooped our ass in the friendlies leading up to it. So yeah, they're
Yes.
definitely they're definitely a
they
team
won
to
against
watch. I
France as
agree.
well.
Huh?
And then there's Ukraine,
Yeah.
obviously, because obviously they have, as mentioned before, Malinovsky. They have Zinchenko, of course, who actually plays in the midfield usually. So there's that. And what many probably don't know, it is Zabadny, who's 18 years old for Kiev at the defense. I've watched him a few times, 6-7 times, and he's really impressed me as well in the friendlies. So I definitely think that they actually have a key leader in every area. I mean, if you look at Zabani, he's a defender. If you look at the midfield, they have Zinchenko and Malinovsky, so they can progress the ball. And that's why I think that they can upset in the sense that they're not expected to. And
Right.
finally, initially, if it wasn't for the Ericsson incident, I tipped Denmark to be half a contender, half a underdog, because I think they've got really an interesting generation, because it's quite balanced. Because you have players like Kjaer, originally had Ericsson, but unfortunately with what happened, it's less possible.
Yeah.
And you still have a decent forward line when you have Braithwaite and when you have Posen for Leipzig. I definitely think that they can at least pass the 8th, if not perhaps even the quarterfinals.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I like that analytics. Romania. Yeah. I am now a little bit more scared for tonight. So let's see what happens. So Musa, which of some of the countries that you think should win it, and which one would be surprising if they win it?
Surprising. The favorite for me, my favorite to win would be France. Maybe also Italy as well. But my dark horses would be Turkey and also Denmark. I don't know. They are and also yeah. I don't know. There could be other teams I'm forgetting, but they're my main dark horses.
Cool. I mean, I think the one that will do well in the group of death, so the France, Germany, and Portugal group, whoever survives that group, they will probably go quite far in the tournament. And even Portugal
That's the third best place and stuff.
Yeah, because
I feel like Portugal can pass through that group.
Yeah, the Portugal will probably struggle the most, in my opinion. But
they would, but they're gonna find a way.
They could still go through. Yeah. All right. Well, my pick.
If they win, it would not be surprised for me.
No, they've got a good squad. I like their squad. Yeah. They've got some a good balance of talent and experienced players. Portugal on paper has got a very strong squad, so yeah, it should be good fun. For me, my favorites are France or I can see Germany get quite far, even though they didn't have good friendlies. But it's the Germans; they always seem to do well at tournaments. And yeah, Italy could be quite good to watch. Just because they've got some good young talent, and then players like Insigne still being up there.
The tournaments, those kind of stuff.
Yeah, and yeah, I wanted to maybe we can be a dark horse. No, I don't think so.
No.
No.
Watch out for England. I don't think we should sleep on England. However, I think they have similar problem as us. They have
good players.
They have a lot of talent, but they're lacking a little bit of tactical ability, in my opinion. So yeah, it should be a good watch. So all right. So that kind of concludes my talk about the Euros. Let's focus a little bit back on Barcelona and the happenings of this week. Now, obviously, the first one and the biggest news of this week was the dismissal of Pimenta. I don't really know how to pronounce the name. So what were your thoughts on it? Do you think it was justified, or was it unacceptable, or do you kind of see the point, or not really? Kai, what were your thoughts on the dismissal of Pimenta?
I would say it wasn't acceptable, but I do think that it is understandable from Laporta's point of view. To my sense, it's inexcusable, because the first thing that I think many forget is that Laporta knew Pimenta, for the simple reason that Pimenta has been there since 2006, if I'm not mistaken, which was still back then when Laporta was there. And that means he has seen whole generations, and it also means that Laporta very much knows, I believe, how much Pimenta is worth. He's not, a nobody B coach that has been there for 3 years, whatever. Right. He's been there for a long time. He's got a large share of experience, and he's very aware of what his role is. His role as a B coach, to my sense, is to ensure that the talents that have confirmed in the early years can actually get down to professional level and eventually get chances in the first team. Sorry.
Right.
And to my sense, Pimenta in the last years he's done that wonderfully well. Even when it's not La Masia players, because obviously there's Minguez, there's Sadiki Puig, back then there was Alenia, etc. But he's also managed to integrate players that are not typically Barca, like Araujo, who's more from the Uruguayan type of defending and has had to learn and still struggling actually with how to actually get down with positional play. But he's also managed to integrate players like Manar, who at the beginning was never convinced of. So to me, Pimenta has done his job wonderfully, and at the beginning I thought they just didn't extend his contract,
right.
But it turns out they actually fired him, which to me makes it worse.
Yeah.
Because it seems so sudden, and there was nothing really that felt it was really gonna happen, in a sense. And yes, I do know that he's the most paid coach in the league, of the third league, I think it was. But the fact is that he deserves it to me. For me, it's fully justified, true. And yes, his salary is much less than actually Koeman. So, okay, I get it that he maybe felt pressured because he said he wanted the first team, but to me that doesn't make sense, because every coach wants to, work with professionals, because that's where you can get more in detail, etc. Of course he wants to upgrade. So to me that whole decision, whether it's related to Jordi Cruyff or no, I don't know. But in either case, to me, whatever the justification is, to me it is way too rash and way too unjustified if you look at all the talents he actually developed.
Yeah, it's true. I was very surprised by it, but when I tweeted about it, I got a lot of response that it is because Laporta wants people that he trusts, but then on the other hand, as you mentioned, he knew Pimenta, so it's kind of a little bit strange. So what were your thoughts on it, Musab, on the dismissal of Pimenta?
Oh, I don't think it's kind of made sense to kind of fire him, but then in the other hand, keep Koeman in, right? So but then there might be something going on behind the scenes we might not know.
Yeah.
That's caused it, so we cannot really tell.
That's true.
From that side, but in my opinion, it was maybe wrong, I guess, but there's something that happened behind the scenes that we don't know. We cannot tell. So.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest reason. It's something that happened behind the scenes, and we don't really know, because if you base it off of all the things that Kai mentioned about his performance and what he did and everything else, you would think that he would still have a job, but then there must be something else that's happening, which I don't. Yeah, so
no way. Go ahead.
No. So I was stopping for you to talk.
No, we're just saying so for that reason, maybe that's why he got sacked. Maybe based on that or something else.
Yeah, hard to say. Okay, so if we talk about some of the players that are gonna come in, I wanted to highlight Depay because I'm the mayor of the Pi Hive on the timeline. You have to understand. No, no. I just wanted to bring up because obviously it's very likely that he's going to join, but Barca Twitter is very divisive on the topic Depay. So I wanted to get your opinions on like where he could play and like where he could be successful at Barcelona, and if you think he could be successful at Barcelona. So Kai, you want to give your thoughts on?
Sure.
Depay?
Yeah, of course, I've seen the vision that this Classico to Barca Twitter, and to me, the problem is I think many misunderstand what Depay really does because he does not play, in the Premier League or whatever. He plays for Lyon, so naturally there's less people that have watched him week in, week out, and I feel that many have based themselves on maybe one game or a few minute clips or whatever.
Right.
Someone who has watched Lyon all season, I can safely say that. If he were to actually come here, and if we consider him as a left winger, which to my sense is the most sensible position to get to him, one comparison you could do to Griezmann, even though I had comparisons, is that he will dribble more. I don't think that anyone can deny that Memphis is an excellent dribbler. That is literally not questionable to me. You only need a few minutes to understand that he will attempt a lot. He might miss a lot of dribbles, and he might seem a bit selfish for some. That's a winger what should do. Now the problem to me with Memphis, as much as I love his dribbling, etc., is that firstly his pressures are not the best. In the sense, he's not a player like Griezmann to have huge defensive contributions whatsoever.
No.
And secondly, his movements of the ball is what to me is a real problem. Because I can accept maybe sometimes should not have the highest defensive contribution. But the problem is you have to remember that a player on average gets only 3 minutes out of 90, which means that the 87 other minutes are the most important.
It's a Cruyff
to me,
quote. It's a Cruyff quote, but carry on. I love that.
Yes, I had to.
Yeah.
But to me, the sense is that for the actual positional play, I need wide wingers that would actually do off-the-ball runs. And I don't see Depay doing that because the impact he does, just like Messi or Griezmann, is on the ball. He likes to be the center of gravity. He likes to have the ball, dribble with it, provoke players whatsoever. The problem is you can't have whatever our lineup is, whether it's Messi, Griezmann, Depay, or even Aguero. All of them, Aguero less so, but all the others are actually much stronger on the ball than they are off the ball. And that's to me one of the reasons why our team has struggled so much against low blocks, is because there's too many people wanting the ball and not enough players making destructive runs in the box or just generally in the wings. And to me, that's the problem Depay brings. And I'm not exactly sure how that works out. How do you have Griezmann and Depay at the same time? Because already Griezmann and Messi are already a problem in themselves. So how to see that one? I definitely don't think it's a disaster. I'm not for his signing, but I wouldn't say it's the worst disaster class ever because we can sell him then for whatever fee. So it's not like we'll lose a lot by getting him.
No, it's true. He comes on the free. I don't think his salary is going to be that high. Obviously, it's going to be higher than, for example, Aguero. Aguero took a massive pay cut, but I think it won't be extortionate. So he doesn't have Viola as his agent, so I think we're safe there. So yeah, let's see. But Musa, what are your thoughts on Depay joining, and where do you see him play? Do you see him succeed at Barcelona?
I mean, he can obviously, but then again, where would he, like, if he comes, right?
Yeah.
Imagine his solution and where to play him, right? And does that mean we'll have to, but like who will play and who will sit at like the bench, right?
That's true. You kind of have to. What I always said, if Depay comes, they kind of have to try and sell probably Dembele or Griezmann, just because.
They can't keep all of them.
No, if you have all of them, then you're gonna take minutes away from like Fati, for example, when he's fit again and stuff like that. So
then what's the
exactly?
We literally have 9 attackers.
Yeah,
Saying
it's
we have
too
3 positions.
It's too many, and there's only one that can play as a full class striker, which is Aguero. I mean, Braithwaite can obviously play there as well, but but yeah, but I'm just saying, like, out of all of them, there's only one that can play really well in that position. This is actually true. Someone is saying Coutinho is leaving, so Depay can fit in, but obviously Coutinho is not really a left winger. But yeah,
he's like a cam or whatever.
true.
I mean, at this point, he's not really a player in our 11.
No, I mean,
Fair, so.
he's
Forgotten actually.
he was
When was the
obviously
last time?
yeah. Go ahead.
It's like, when was the last time we heard Coutinho play?
November, it was against Valencia.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It was on the 20-something.
No, it's true. He's been out for a little while, so a lot of people have already forgotten about Coutinho. So yeah, it's kind of. If I was him, I would try and find another club this summer. Just because I don't see him getting many minutes next season. But how do you guys think of the front three of Depay, Fati, and Messi? Do you think that could be successful? Kai, you want to go on that one?
Okay, that's a tough one because Ansu is amazing as left winger, but I'm not sure who's the right winger, because if you have Messi right winger, you're getting less time off the ball. Well, you're losing basically Messi on the ball, which you never want to do.
No.
Because to me, if there's one fixed position to fix, it's Messi false 9 / Aguero on that position. I don't feel that right winger is a solution anymore. The years of Valverde taught us the lesson. And then what's going on there? Because you do need a right winger, and you don't have there. So I'm not sure how Depay would do as a right winger, because I don't feel that then his feet would be such effective as he's on the left wing.
No, it's true.
And we already know that Ansu on the right wing is
That's
a no.
forward.
Sorry?
Can he also play as an inside forward? No.
He could, but the problem is, to me, ideally we want to have 2 wingers. And that is the problem to me. It doesn't add up, because I refuse to believe that having only fullbacks to do that is effective, both on a team level and both on an individual level, and on a positional level shortly. So I highly doubt that really could work out. But I think that if we're going to really have that many forwards, we're going to have a lot of rotations, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I cannot explain how we're exactly going to fit in one 3 forwards the whole season. I don't see this happening, really.
No, it's true. Do you think this front three could be a success, Musab? Messi, Fati, and Depay? I could see Fati play as a striker, you know, when he comes back, because he might.
He can also play as a 9, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
And actually, sorry, carry on.
So if he's playing as a striker, then what kind of formation are they gonna have to use? We'll see. Like, and also, I don't know. It's gonna depend a lot on what happens.
The only way I could see this panning out is that if we assign Fati in this 9 row to have a sort of Eto'o-ish role, as in if Messi drifts in, he would come out wide.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would exactly see this panning out, and I'm still unsure how effective that would be.
That's true. All right. Well, I've got some interesting points in the chat. So Arpan, he's saying thoughts on Conrad being sold or loaned with obligation to buy. Do you think that could be a good thing for Conrad to put him out on loan? Kai?
From what I've seen him, it's rather hard. I don't mind if he goes on loan, but I'm not necessarily for it, because his season at the B has been rather divisive. Between the trainings with the first team, etc. The first part of the season till, say, December, January was I was not impressed because the skills were there, but the decision making wasn't at all.
Mm.
Dribbled the whole time without thinking, should they really dribble? But then in the second part of the season, it improved a lot. So I'm not exactly sold on the player. I don't think he's got as much potential as many of Barca make him out to be, especially because of his decision making so far and remain doubtful. So I wouldn't mind as long as there's no buy option, whatever. I don't mind, but I wouldn't necessarily say, yes, I want him to go out. So for me, it's fine, sort of.
No, true. Musab, any thoughts on Conrad going out on loan?
I mean, I haven't seen much of him, to be honest. So
It's hard to give a honest opinion on him. I agree.
not much of him.
Cool. All right, let's go on to the next point. I've got here which transfers you think Barcelona could pull off still this summer. So which other transfers, apart from the ones that we already know about, Barcelona might still do in the summer? Musab, you want to start off this one?
Like which transfers they could pull off?
Yeah, which other transfers you think could happen this summer?
I don't know. I can't think much of it. Like maybe except the ones that we have been linked to. We already know.
Yeah, it's hard to say, right? Do you think Gaia is gonna come?
He might come. I don't know.
Okay. Kai, what are some of the transfers you think Barcelona could still pull off this summer?
For me, that's a tough one because just like Musab said, I think if we're going to have someone, it's probably going to be Depay because I don't see the league happening in any way, shape, sort of form. I doubt Gaia will come. I just doesn't. It would sort of feel strange if he'd come. And I think if we're going to talk transfers, we're going to have outcoming transfer rather than incoming. For example, I can see Braithwaite, Firpo getting sold. Eto's a bit harder, perhaps, but I'll definitely say Firpo and Braithwaite would be the two I would expect. I think probably Pjanic as well. This could be type of signing, no to offload, whatever. But if we consider promotions as an incoming, then I'll definitely expect one of Nico or Jandro. Ideally the two, but it doesn't seem like the club trusts really Jandro as much as I do.
Yeah.
I'd personally promote Collado, but I haven't heard much of it, so I'm not sure.
That's true.
And depending on Collado, then it depends also on whether Trincao stays or goes on loan, whatever, because sure. But if Dembele eventually leaves, I think there might be a transfer there. I'm not sure who, but I definitely think someone would come.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting this summer. I think it's one of the most important summers in recent history for Barcelona. There's so much to do. The squad clear out needs to happen. Some signings needs to happen. And yeah, so that leads me on to my next question. Do you think... Sorry? What's up?
I don't think a little bit can be fixed in one summer, but maybe bits by bits it will work. Let's see.
It's true. It might not be all fixed in this summer, but I still think because it's the first summer of Laporta, he's gonna try and do his best to make a good impression this summer for sure. So for next season, do you think Barcelona can compete for La Liga and the Champions League? What are we thinking about this, Musab? Do you think that we can compete next season?
For the league, yes. I don't know about the Champions League though. Like, we will be okay in the group stages and shit, but when we get to the knockouts, it's gonna depend on what teams we face.
Right. How far you think Barcelona can go in the group stage? In the knockout, sorry. Which round do you think?
Max maybe quarterfinal.
Yeah.
At least we can expect, or the best maybe a semis. I don't know.
No, true. I think it's gonna be.
If we can get the semis, we'll be better.
If Barcelona reaches the semis, I think that would be a huge achievement next season. So yeah, that would be big. Kai, what are your thoughts on the La Liga next season and the Champions League chances?
Marcel, you know me since a while, so you know I hate results and whatever. But if I had to give something, my first answer would be it really depends of how Real Madrid really go in the transfer market.
Right.
So far they've only had Alaba, if I recall right.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure what's going on. What are the plans? Because they're not really on a roll financially right now either. So I'm not sure how that pans out with Mbappe or whoever. Not sure where that's going there. And if they're not having massive transfers, they might have issues on the midfield around supplementing Benzema, etc. So
right.
I definitely think we have chances for the league. That's not a question because for me you can always compete. That's not a question. For the Champions League, that's gonna be way harder because as much as I know, because we're not the first or whatever, we're said to have quite difficult adversaries and whatever. But I do think that we can. I think we can get to the quarters. But it really depends because it really depends what dynamic we're caught on. If we're caught on the right dynamic, we can get that. Because if you scratch off the first result against Paris, then the whole clash looks different. So that really depends of how that pans out. But I definitely think that the aim should be at least the quarters. And anything beyond the quarters, as Musab said, the semis or whatever, then I would consider it as a success. But then it really depends who's going to be the top team next season, because I think that it can really change. I won't expect the same guys to be in the same final quarter, so that's going to be tough. But I think quarters and definitely contending for La Liga.
True. I would agree with that. Okay, a question came through in the chat. So, who would be first choice coach to replace Koeman in case he would get the sack in the middle of the season, guys? This is from Shashank Shekhar. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Kai, you want to go first on this one, and then?
Well, if you had asked me barely 2 weeks ago, my answer would have been Pimienta. But, well, I guess too bad. That's scrapped off. So if I had to choose someone that is free, which means that Ten Hag wouldn't be in there, because otherwise that would be him.
Yeah.
It would be Xavi, because I trust him for various reasons, notably for positional play, and I don't think that ideas are impacted by the level. He might have time to adjust, but he would be my first choice. Firstly, because I don't think we have that many options. Most of the players you would want to play our type of play are not there.
Right.
But I doubt that will be that bad. Something doesn't tell me, because, for example, the Emerson type of signing, that's really, I think, really to fit in Koeman's wishes, because he's a fullback that Koeman needs more than Barca needs.
Right.
And I've said it multiple times. To my sense, Koeman's interests are different than Barca's, because we're looking on the long term, and looking for Koeman's wants is rather short term. Because I don't think he'll get past the second season. That's, to my sense, almost impossible to happen. As we've seen before, Koeman's continuity was more by a lack of alternatives rather than a pure trust between Laporta and him. Especially with the agents tweeting whatever the hell that was with the love thing. But yeah, I do think that if I were really to choose someone, it would be Pimienta.
Right.
No question about that one. Sorry, Xavi.
Xavi. And for you, Musab, if you wanted to get a coach to follow up Koeman mid-season, who would it be?
Mid-season, my choice?
Yeah.
Like if there were ones available, right? Or
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be available coaches.
Okay,
just
yeah.
who would be something that you think, oh, they can do it.
The easiest one would be, has been linked, like in the media, Xavi, maybe. Also, there might be other like good ones we can take, but like and maybe, who knows?
Don't get your hands on the Ajax coach mid-season. No, I'm joking.
Ajax. I mean, you support Barcelona too, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is that Barcelona always scouts people from Ajax. If it's not players, then it's coaches or directors or anything. So yeah, Barcelona has to be thankful to the good old Ajax, my man.
You should.
And then let's talk briefly about the Copa then. Do we think Messi and co, or Argentina, can win the Copa del... No, not the Copa del, right? The Copa America. Kai, what do we think about this?
I definitely think that I have more hopes than in past years. And that is because, firstly, Cristiano Romero, who's been wonderful at Atalanta and has even got the MVP award for defenders in the Serie A. I definitely think that he brings some level of certainty in the back, just like Lisandro Martinez and the other Martinez at the back, the goalkeeper from Aston Villa. Definitely think that they'll bring some more certainty. I'm unsure. My still relative problem is the lack of proper left winger, that is wide winger, because Ocampos hasn't been up to his level when he has played for Argentina, and Nico Gonzalez seemed out of touch because he was quite rusty. But I definitely think that it's more promising, notably for Lo Celso, who's really impressed me. I've always liked the player, but he's really done a good job last match, acting as sort of interlink between what Messi needs and the other attackers, so that there's a proper bridge, so-called.
Right.
So I definitely think they have a chance, but how much? It's another question, because the problem is in both games we've seen a game of two halves, where majoritarily the first half was good, and then there was the half where basically we wish that wouldn't happen. So it really depends, how they go on. I definitely think there's more chances than before.
True story. I agree. So Musab, what are your thoughts on the Copa America?
I mean, they have a bit of a chance, but at the same time, like, their team isn't, or should I say their squad isn't maybe like as complete as Brazil's or something.
Yeah.
But like, and also the thing is, the depth of their squad is just not as good. It doesn't convince me. Like, if let's say if one of the players in the defense gets injured, then the other one has to go in, right? Then that's a worry for me.
That's true. It is true that Brazil should be the favorites for the tournament, but
They should be.
But if I was gonna say Barcelona, my God, if Argentina got
If they can pull the shit together, then they can win it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think if they're on their game and on it, then they definitely have a chance to go all the way. And who wouldn't want to see Messi lifting that trophy in the end of the summer? So yeah.
That would be actually good.
That'd be good, man, if he wins it.
I mean, the debate maybe almost ends, to be honest.
100%. Because who would rate the Nations League? It's
always about the international. Yeah, it's always about the international or whatever.
That's true, man. This is the only
but
argument.
He has to have some impact too.
This is the only argument left. Okay, well, we've nearly been an hour on air, guys. So I think I've got everything discussed that I wanted to discuss. So I want to thank you guys. So as a last word, I always give my guest whatever they want to say. You can promote, plug, whatever you want to say, and then that's your last word of the stream. So Kai, go. Oh, this side.
My, oh, yeah. My first thing is stun Dani Olmo during the Euros because he's my absolute favorite player, and if you're not stunning him, you're not loving football. That's the first thing.
Who's this? Sorry?
Dani Olmo.
Olmo,
Spanish
the
player.
Spanish guy. Yeah, good player. Good
He's my
player.
absolute fun fact for fantasy football. He was the first player I chose because I love him. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing is always stand positional play because that's what I love. And three, enjoy your time.
Good stuff, man. I like that last word. And Musab, any last words from you?
Well, what I'm gonna say is, you guys know me, or for those who don't know me, you should follow me. You know, my account, Blogwan Musab and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Your at
for
is
more
below.
football content. Okay.
Yeah. Your at is below you. So if you do like this is your direct plug. So yeah.
Yep, direct plug. Yep.
Okay.
You
Well,
won't
guys.
miss, to be honest.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for being on. I'm gonna do the closing of the stream. So see you guys next time. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao. All right, let me see if I can put my face back on the screen. Yes, there we go. I've started to put on the Barcelona anthem at the end. So yeah, thank you so much for the guys that hanged out in the stream, who were interactive. I even got some copy pasta in the stream chat. I never had that before, so that was quite fun to see. So yeah, guys, have a good afternoon and go watch the Netherlands. Cheer for Frankie de Jong, cheer for Depay, and see you on the next stream. Ciao, ciao.